落ちた競合飛べないカラス
What's up YouTube, it's Blackwing here, and today I finally want to show you my Blackwing deck that I took to YCS Lyon, and I went 7 wins, 2 losses and 3 draws. And I basically got into day 2 with this deck, and that basically means that out of 2,300 players I got top 256, and from there on I was 1 win short from getting into top 64 playoffs. So that's unfortunate, but I think in this kind of tier 0-ish format it's really good results for the deck anyways. So yeah, let's jump to the deck profile. So we run 3 Simoon, he's just a starter, you want to run 3 of him, a really good card, I think enough said. Then we run 3 Sudris, and it was also just a trio of the starter, you want to see him in every hand if possible. Then 3 Shamals, and this is basically searching black for the Whirlwind, really nice card, and you definitely want to play 3 of him. One thing that I did during the tournament was that if I drew this to my hand with Prosperity, I usually play this first, just to kind of bait out Dimensional Shifter, because if they have Dimensional Shifter, they just ask, you know, what does this card do? It goes to the graveyard, and then they're like, okay, he plays some kind of deck that, you know, has graveyard effects, and after that they play Dimensional Shifter. And why is this crucial? Is because then if they do not play Dimensional Shifter, you can banish with Prosperity, Darkness Metal, the Dragon of Dark Steel, and if they do not, if they play Dimensional Shifter, you obviously want to keep that in next deck. So this is kind of baiting the Dimensional Shifter if they're not shotgunning it already in the standby phase. So yeah. Then we have 3 Varas, and Vara is just a really good Blackwing. I think you need to play the like at least 17 Blackwing cards in this deck. So yeah. 3 Varas. 1 Sephiroth, and Sephiroth was just really nice. Usually want to put it to the graveyard with Vara, and sometimes it gets shuffled back to the deck with like a Grave Shuffler, and then you can just special summon it back with Wise Tricks, and when it goes to the graveyard then you can try to activate its effect again. So that's nice. So 1 is enough. Then we have Gale, and Gale is there just as an extender and also as a Blackwing name, and also because if you get Dimensional Shifted you can still go for the Kali Yuga if you run Gale. So that's really nice. Then we run 1 Steam, and it basically enables all the Kali Yuga combos in the deck, and it's just insanely good card. I really like it, and yeah, you need him. 1 Harmadan, and yeah, I don't know what to say really with this card. I usually want to put the graveyard with Vara as well, and then just add it back as an extender with Shamal first. So yeah. Then we run 1 Chinook, and this was actually really good in the tournament, because if the tournament player, I was going first, and a tournament player used Havnis and just milled really good, I could still search this to my hand if I had like extra Whirlwind searches that I didn't need. I could just search this to my hand, and then just when I had Blackwing's Dragon on the field, I could just negate something, some monster they would activate. So that's really nice. So Chinook was definitely a really good card to play. Then we run 1 Radiant, and Radiant is for the Small World Bridge obviously. And it's also really good against Kashtira, because they're not gonna expect some, you know, dummy playing Kaijus in the main deck. So yeah, that was kind of the idea there as well. 1 Raider's Wing, and Raider's Wing is obviously for the Kali Yuga combo. So yeah, usually sided out Raider's Wing when going second. And then for the spells, we ran 3 Black Whirlwinds, not once per turn, really insanely good card, you know, you need 3. Prosperity, 3 Prosperity. I didn't side these out a single time, I just tried to hold them in the main deck like always, because you can just dig for, you know, combo pieces when going first and for side deck stuff when going second, so really nice card. Then we run 3 Small Worlds, and Small World, the idea here is obviously you have some kind of Blackwing that doesn't do too much, you banish that and you banish Radiant from the deck, and then you can get to your starters. So Small World is really good. 2 Black Feather Whirlwinds, and this was really good because obviously it has the effect that you can know when you special summon a Dark Synchro monster, you can special summon something from the graveyard or banished, and also if cards would be destroyed, you can remove 1 Black Feather counter from your field instead. So yeah, enables combos. And 1 Phantom Moonlight its rank up magic launch. And then for this event, this was kind of like, because now we have gone through the monsters and spells, so this was kind of what I was thinking about, almost the most, you know, struggling to think that should this be played or that be played or whatever. So for this event I anticipated a lot of tier element players, because this is the last event that tier element players can play, like kind of full power tier elements. So I decided to play 3 Magnamuts, because I was thinking that there was gonna be a lot of tier elements players and not that many Kashtira players, because the Kashtira deck is so expensive. And if I look retrospectively back, I think that's 100% what happened, because I played against a lot of tier elements and only one Kashtira. Flu Wanderers matchup is pretty much free win for me, because I got to summon Full Armor Master in defense and they cannot get rid of it in any way, and that's how I won my Flu Wanderers matchups. So yeah, 3 Magnamuts, really great card against tier elements. Then we run through 2 Druid Swarm, really good against tier elements as well, and 1 Bulge Rake. I was thinking between this and triple tactic talents. I never drew this in 12 rounds, or never kind of saw it or searched for it, so I think this could have been a triple tactic talent. It does not matter what this card would have been. So yeah, 1 Bulge Rake. And the thing with Bestials that's also nice is that with Small Worlds or Small World, you can, if you go first, you can just get rid of them and get a Blackwing to your, like a Blackwing starter to your hand by removing Radiant from the deck. So that's really nice. And then the last trap, we run 3 Infinite Impermanence, and I think like almost everybody played 3 Infinite Impermanences in the deck, if you're not playing tier elements. And if you're playing tier elements, then probably also, but yeah, really good. Then for the extra deck, we run 1 Boreas Storm, dumping Steam to the graveyard, really good card in general. In sticky situations you can also just send a level 2 and go with this and Blackwings Dragon for a Blackwings Assault Dragon, and then banish them and make a second one. Then we have 1 Nothung. This card in time is just stupid, because burn your opponent for 800 damage and win the game. Yep. Then we have Raikiri. Raikiri is just there, you know, for the combo, but also when going second you can, you know, pop cards your opponent controls, and if they're not playing tier elements, or if they would play tier elements, but you can just kind of destroy cards that would not activate. That's kind of how you can use this card when going second. Then we have 1 Hulk the Joe as well. It's really nice card, enables the combo as well, and so on. Then we have 1 Blackwings Assault, Blackwing Dragon, and it's required as well because you run Varas. Draco Berserker, the Tenyu. I think this was just against tier elements, like an OTK machine, just boosting, getting the attack, and, you know, banishing, and really good against tier elements. Yep. Then we have 1 Borrelord Savage Dragon, and basically getting that. If you go for your normal combo, I was like expecting a lot of Book of Eclipse, because obviously Kashtira. So if you went for the normal Kaliuga combo, you always wanted to end on Borrelord Savage Dragon, because they could have potentially that Book of Eclipse in the main deck after siding, and, you know, they could flip everything face down in the standby phase. So yeah. Then we had 1 Full Armor Master, and this single-handedly won me every Flu Wanderers matchup. It's just insanely good card, and they do not have an out. They only have Underworld Goddess in the extra deck, but if you just blow their field every of your end phase, they're not gonna get into it. Then we have 2 Blackwings Assault Dragons, and against tier elements players, if they prevent you from going to Kali Yuga, you can just make this and still offer the handshake, because they play instant fusion, they play so many effects in one turn that, you know, they're just gonna burn themselves to death like so fast with 2 of these cards. So yeah. Then we have 1 Arsenal Falco, really nice, you know, enables Kali Yuga. Then we have Kali Yuga as well. Yeah. Y-Strix usually summons like Sudri from the deck, or Sephiroth if it gets shuffled back to the deck somehow. Then we have 1 Phantom Knights Rusty, which you usually search for the rank up card. You can also use it, use Y-Strix to search for the rank up card if you already have Raider Swing in your hand. And for the last card we have Darkness Metal Dragon of Dark Steel, and this was pretty much to combat Dimensional Shifter. I did not play against that many decks that played Dimensional Shifter because I played mainly against Tier Elements, so this was banished almost every time with Prosperity. But then again, if I would have played against more Rogue or something that tries to combat Tier Element, I would think they would have run Dimensional Shifter, so it was still a really nice card to have just in case in the extra deck. Then for the side deck I decided to play 3 Nibirus. I think this is was pretty mandatory against Kashtira, because obviously Nibiru is a really good card against Kashtira if they don't Ibli lock you. And yeah, usually with this deck, obviously if you open up with Simoon, you can just like Nibiru, go to battle phase, you know, attack and take some damage, destroy an or Nibiru, and then do the whole Kali Yuga combo like main phase 2. Or, you know, without activating the rank up card, you know, you can pop with Raikiri their Nibiru, and after that, you know, give them the turn, you know, activate Kali Yuga, the rank up go into Kali Yuga, and then you just kind of, you know, skip their turn, and then it's your turn, you can just finish them off. So even though you have that monster on your field, you know, when dropping Nibiru you can still win pretty easily. So 3 Nibirus. Then 3 Dimensional Shifters. I think everybody who did not play Tier Elements in the venue played this in their main deck or either side deck, because this is pretty much like a turn skip for Tier Elements, so that's really nice. Then 3 Book of Eclipse. This was pretty much against Kashtira and like random matchups, maybe against Sprite, I don't know, but yeah, needed to be played against Kashtira. Then we run kind of like the Strange package, so 2 Lightning Storms and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, basically for any kind of random back row deck, Labyrinth for example, if I would have played against one. Yeah. And for the last card in the side deck I run 3 Evenly Matched, and this was just great against pretty much everything. And I played against Sprite, Flu Wanderers, Tier Elements and Kashtira. My only 2 losses was the one Kashtira player I played against. I drew really bad hands, and yeah, I don't think I could have won that game in any way because of my bad hands. And then round 12 against Tier Elements player I lost. And that was just, I think I could have won it, but yeah, I don't really know what I could have done differently, but I think there could have been some kind of chance to win that game. Every single one draw, I got 3 draws. I think all of them could have been winnable, so that's kind of unfortunate that I could not kind of force them into wins. But it is what it is, and even though like 7 wins, 2 losses and 3 draws, I think that's a just excellent record for Blackwings in a tier 0 is format. So I'm really kind of looking forward to push this deck even forward in the next format, because I think next format or the format after that is the national format, and I really want to play the nationals. And you know, I also already have my invitation for the European Championships, so I'm definitely taking this deck to the European Championships. Yeah, if you want to see how the deck evolves from now on, because obviously Tier Element's not a threat, should the Beasts be main deck and so on, please consider becoming a member. The members get every kind of like deck updates first before I, you know, go into some kind of event and make deck lists like this. So, or videos about the deck list like this. So yeah, if you have any comments, please comment them down also in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.
それでも一人じゃなくなったあいつは強いよ。